This is
Greater Boston.
This is Chuck Octagon, reporting for News 7 Shines a Light, and today we are shining our light on ThirdSight Media, the publishing body at the center of the lottery attacks, and many questions abound. As a publisher, ThirdSight is responsible for such new-agey claptrap as Metaphysical Monthly and Political Prognostication. It is also the former workplace of one dipshit Paletti, the man who blackmailed me into marrying my wonderful husband Andy in the ridiculous city of Redline, leading to the third and final lottery attack, the Octagon Wedding Debacle, or Octabacle as some have taken to calling it, against my personal wishes. Paletti has since confessed to being part of the conspiracy behind the attacks, pinning leadership of the scheme firmly on his employer, the publisher of ThirdSight Media, a man whose name has yet to be revealed. Further complicating matters is evidence discovered by the administration of acting Mayor Lindsay Coolidge tying ThirdSight Media directly to the mayoral campaign of Emily Bespin. Today, we are speaking with employees of ThirdSight Media, or perhaps I should say former employees, as the building has since shuttered without explanation, to see what they can reveal about their nefarious company. First, we are speaking with Marketing Director Jonas Wright. Jonas, what can you tell us about your role at ThirdSight Media?
Well, I was the other vegan.
I'm sorry, pardon me?
Dipshit was the primary vegan. When people thought about vegans, they always thought of him first, which is kind of unfortunate, honestly. I was the other vegan.
Sure. What about the company? What was it like to work at ThirdSight Media?
Well, it was okay. You know, jobs and such. Good donuts, though not so much since Tyrell left.
Right, but I mean more bigger picture, like, was the company evil?
Well, it generally didn't seem evil. I mean, aside from the managers pretty consistently turned into really bitter, vindictive assholes, and the way orders came down to us in pneumatic tubes, that was sort of sinister. And there was that guy who stayed late one night, then nobody ever saw him again.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that guy, Michael Tate. He edited Political Prognostication. He always stayed late at the office after everyone was gone. Like he had nowhere else to go or something. And one night, stayed late. When we got in the next morning, his jacket and stuff were still there, like half-finished coffee or whatever, you know. But no Michael. Never saw him again.
And nobody ever tried to find him?
I guess that would have been Tyrell's job, but he quit before that. We didn't have a new human resource guy yet. Anyway, we all suspected Michael was a drunk, so we figured he probably went on a bender and fell in a dumpster or something.
Our next guest is Wanda McIntosh, ThirdSight's Director of Public Relations.
Yeah, ThirdSight was a shithole. But it was a steady shithole, you know? I've been there 13 years and wasn't planning to leave so long as they kept paying me. Of course, now they ain't paying shit no more, so that's that. Gotta find something else. As is life, right? Or maybe I'll go manage a bowling alley or something. I don't know.
Did anything about ThirdSight ever seem suspicious to you?
What, you mean, were there secret passages or secret rooms or something?
That wasn't actually what I meant, but is there a reason why you bring that up?
Nah, I never found anything like that. It wasn't for lack of looking, trust me. I'll tell you what, though. The whole thing always seemed a little satanic to me. What with the Ouija and the seances and the astral projections and like that. That sort of thing don't fly with Jesus.
If you're so troubled by the sorts of things that ThirdSight specialized in, why did you work there?
Huh? Jesus knows a girl's gotta eat. He knows that shit was never in my heart of hearts. Please.
Do you think there's anything in the accusations that ThirdSight was behind the lottery attacks?
I don't know about that. We did predict them, though.
You did?
Oh, sure. Every one of them. The sticky situation we predicted at Andrew, an unwelcome party we predicted at Redline. The only one we predicted that didn't happen was a sweet rain in downtown Crossing. Not sure how that one got fucked up since the rest of them were spot on, but I guess some of this shit we do actually works because we saw all of them, pretty much all of them, coming.
Is it possible you predicted those attacks because ThirdSight was planning them in the first place?
Well, now that you say it like that, sure, I guess that's how it could have happened.
And what about the man who disappeared, Michael Tate?
Oh, yeah, Michael. He probably fell off the wagon, ended up in a dumpster somewhere or something. They'll find him. Or they'll find parts of him the rats didn't eat anyway.
That's a bit morbid, Miss McIntosh.
Yeah, I guess.
Our final guest this evening is Tyrell Fredericks, former Director of Human Resources at ThirdSight. Now, I understand that you quit ThirdSight shortly before these recent revelations.
Yes, that's right. I've since started an event planning service. I just organized the Cotillion and Redline. It was a lovely experience. Honestly, I stayed at ThirdSight longer than I should have. It had a way of taking good people and twisting them up. Gerald used to be a very kind man when I knew him. A little self-righteous, maybe a little aggressive with his beliefs. But what he became over time at ThirdSight?
Gerald?
Paletti. I won't call him by that terrible name the office gave him. I can't.
So you think the publisher may have radicalized him? That's how he came to be involved in the lottery?
I don't know. I can't imagine Gerald deliberately hurting someone. Maybe he didn't really know what he was involved with?
What about the publisher? Does it surprise you that he or she may have been behind the lottery attacks?
Well, I don't think ThirdSight was a very good place, but I never witnessed any criminality. I never met the publisher, whoever they are, but I don't know why anyone would do these sorts of things. It's certainly not a productive method for managing anger. There are some very nice seminars I could recommend for that sort of thing.
And were you still working at ThirdSight at the time of the disappearance?
Disappearance?
Yes, Michael Tate.
Michael disappeared?
Yes, he hasn't been seen in weeks.
Was it during the wedding? He lived at Porter, so he could have...
His disappearance occurred several weeks before my wedding disaster, and no bodies were ever found.
Oh, thank God.
So if he died, it would have been before that. Some of your former coworkers are speculating that he went on a drinking binge, fell into a dumpster, died there, and was eaten by rats.
That's a very specific and uncharitable speculation.
So you don't credit that theory?
No, not at all. Michael was an alcoholic, but he was genuinely committed to his recovery. He had a mantra and everything. 8, 11, 5, 4, 9, 1, 7, 6, then 3, 12, 2. I use it myself sometimes. It's surprisingly effective. So he was doing very well, and he was very kind. But he lived at Porter Square, you know, where the housing structure got torn down during the... Well, you know, you were there. But anyway, that's where Michael lived. So his house is gone, his job is gone. Why would he still be here? It makes perfect sense that he would take this as a time to move on to somewhere better.
Well, there you have it, folks. Mysterious tubes, anonymous publishers, disappearing alcoholics, and no one knows anything about anything. This has been Chuck Octagon, reporting for 7 News Shines a Light.
Greater Boston is written and produced by Alexander Danner and Jeff Van Dreason, with recording and technical assistance from Marck Harmon. Greater Boston will be at PodCon in Seattle, Washington, December 9th and 10th. You can meet us in person at our exhibition booth, along with James Oliva and What's the Frequency. We'll have t-shirts, posters, comics, and other goodies for sale, or just stop by to chat. There are going to be so many great shows at PodCon with so many talented creators to meet. And if you're at the show, keep an eye out for the unofficial audio drama fan and creator meetup being organized by Jeffrey Gardner of Our Fair City. We hope to see you there. This episode featured Jeff Van Dreason as Chuck Octagon, Jim Johanson as Jonas Wright, Tanja Milojevic as Wanda McIntosh, and Arun Sanuti as Tyrell Fredericks. Charlie on the MTA is recorded by Emily Peterson and Dirk Tiede.
Oh, yeah, Michael.
Yeah.
I remember
Michael. Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, he was a real so-and-so, you know what I mean?
The rats don't eat. They'll find those parts. Yeah.